investigated?
Well, I figure, how can a bird open a steel cast door?
It's a crafty bird. Got into the stove to begin with.
Then again, you thought that puppet was real. So.
Deadbeat bonfire, rain clouds and nightmares and twinkling star. Hell no.
Alright guys, so I've been busting my backside doing nothing but snow blowing and shoveling since last night. We got everyone home safe and sound, and sadly I wasn't able to get out shooting it all today because they're just now finally starting to get some of these roads cleared off. You couldn't even drive down any side roads or anything like that. So it's been a little hectic, to say the least. So hopefully tomorrow we'll get some all right weather and I can get out and do a little shooting. But I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about today because I've been so busy with everything else and I'm just worn out from all the shoveling and whatnot. And then I had a Twitter message or a tweet come across from Sid from Shuttertime about yesterday's episode when I talked about photo assignments and if you guys give yourself assignments and things like that. And she brought up a very good point. She said that she never does photo assignments, and that's because she feels like photo assignments often just set photographers up for failure. And she said also that she prefers to work on photo projects. And I wrote back to her because this is something I had never really given a second thought to because I've always kind of treated them as one and the same. And since I got that message a little while ago, I don't know what, it's been an hour, a couple hours ago, I started realizing that, you know, I had never given it a second thought. I had never even crossed my mind that a photo project and a photo assignment would be different. And the more I thought about it, I realized that, yeah, there's a very big difference, you know, where a project is going to maybe be focused around a theme or, you know, with a certain end goal to it, a finished product, if you will, where an assignment is just kind of like, okay, here, go shoot this for whatever reason, but there's really no plan with what to do with it after the fact. So, you know, it really gave me a lot to think about and still is, and I'm kind of going back over different assignments that I've given myself that I treated as assignments and starting to wonder, you know, and realize that maybe they're more of projects than they are assignments. The one that sticks out in my mind the most is a few years ago now. It's probably been maybe 4 years, 5 years ago, something like that. I decided that over the course of a year, I wanted to go and get portraits of as many people, members of my family, as I could. And I called the project, I can't remember, I made a book out of it on Blurb for family, and I think I called it something like Face Off or something like that, where they were just a headshot, and I did 2 pictures, so diptychs, and I did them where I shot a portrait with a white backdrop, a simple headshot, kind of middle chest up, like a bust up. And then I did a second one where I was shooting with more of a gray backdrop and in black and white. And so the white background was in color, gray background was in black and white. And I put it together. I wasn't able to get every single member of my family because I've got a large family and a lot of family out of the area. But I got as many as I could in that year. And then I put it up in a book. And it was really kind of cool. And I still have that. And you know, really appreciate that. And I kind of just thought of it as an assignment where I'm going to try and take these portrait headshots just to practice a little bit of my headshot game and to record a little bit of family history. But looking back on it, I guess that's more of a project than an assignment, really. So, you know, it really was kind of interesting. So thanks, Sid, for making me think about that. And it makes me wonder for you guys out there, if you've ever thought about that, do you treat an assignment differently than you do a project? And if you do, I'd love to hear a little bit more about your thought process on what makes up a photo assignment versus what makes up a project. You know, the more I dive into it and try and unpack that in my head, it seems like there are some pretty big differences, but I'm struggling to put them into words as far as what that means. So that's today's thought. The other thing that's kind of cool, and if I get a chance later or tomorrow, I'll try and get either a photo or maybe bring it into the video real quick, but went out to an estate sale today. Roads cleared up this afternoon. I'm just on my way back from there. And it doesn't, I don't even know if it works, but it was 50 cents and they had an old Polaroid land camera. And I thought, you know, for 50 cents, it's worth it. If it works and I can track down even a little bit of film, it'll be kind of cool to try out. But even if it doesn't work, it'll look cool on the shelf. And so I picked that up. I'll try and show you that either later today or, like I said, tomorrow or something like that. So anyways, photo assignment versus photo project. Let's try and see if we can figure out what the definition of the difference would be. And I'm going to go because it's cold, and quite honestly, after all this shoveling, holding this camera up is getting heavy, even though I shoot the lightweight Fuji gear. So hopefully the video is not too shaky. I've got a few more pieces of footage to shoot as far as trying to show some of the snow and everything else that we got, and then hopefully be able to get out and do some shooting tomorrow. So you guys take care. Have a great rest of your day or night, and I will talk to you tomorrow.